Palma. Oh,
man.
pass. That's unfair, man. Palma, 7 points in the game.
Wow.
Sarangani makes the shot and knocks it down. Malonia is open. 3-point.
Oh my goodness!
Face a jumper by Robin Celis.
Natalliero has time.
Now it gets started. Rosso turnaround jumper. Oh my goodness.
3 months into the season and the action never stops here as we return to the City of Life in Binyan, Laguna. Nandito po tayo ngayon sa loob ng Alonte Sports Arena as we feature 2 prolific guards who have kicked it up a notch for their respective squads. Kit Jimenez para dito sa Sarangani has turned out his best performance this season, and Jun Manzo has stepped up of late, including that last game where he had the season high in points and assists para dito sa Mindoro Tamaraos. And those 2 teams will square off in our first game sa Sarangani Gripper laban sa Mindoro Tamaraos, followed by the Basilan Star Horse kalaban ang Pasig City. In our main game, the Binyan Tatak Gel Beast Motorcycle Game X will defend their home court against the Davao Occidental Tigers. Magandang hapon mga kaliga. Ken Panglinan with Coach Mike Perez. And Coach Mike, itong dalawang kupunan na ito, they've have undergone changes sa kanilang coaching mid-season, but both of them have really played really well lately.
Yeah, and I think it reflects a lot on the numbers. No? Later on, we're going to discuss about that, but really more on the focus offensively para dito sa dalawang teams, and you're quite surprised they're actually top in some of the stat lines that we have this season.
And both in the South Division want to make some noise para sa kanilang respective squads. Of course, they're watching us live on the official Facebook page and YouTube channel, and also on Solar Sports every Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays starting at 6 p.m. And yesterday, for the second time, we were at the Brenzi Giao Convention Center, Bulacan, picking up their second win laban sa Bacolod. Pasay nanalo kontra Val City Magic. But how about Pampanga? Nasubukan sila dito against Rizal, but Archie Concepcion coming up big for them. As a result, we have Pampanga still at number 5, 11-4. Pero yung Pasig City yung gusto nating tutukan dyan. No? They are 6-6 and slowly creeping up in our team standings. But dito sa South Division, 5 kupunan ang featured in our triple header, Coach Mike.
Yeah, agree. And itong mga teams na ito, in the exception of Mindoro, they're the only ones really coming off a loss in this match. And so the hope is that everybody stays within the top 10 and you go at least 500 or above.
Sarangani, despite back-to-back wins, nag-ahabol pa rin sila dito, Coach Mike. Although they've been impressive in those last 2 games, including this one against the Cebu Classic. And again, yung running game nila, yung naging magandang pinakita nila dito for the Sarangani Gripper.
Oo, totoo yan. Well, actually, si Kit Jimenez at si King Takamento in the first quarter combined for 25 of that 35 points and scored another 31 in the second. Kaya simula doon, hindi na nakabalik itong kalaban nilang Cebu Classic in that game. Jimenez actually went double-double, 23 points, 11 rebounds, and si King Takamento naman went for his 4th 20-plus games. Really good shooting, 54%. They controlled the boards, and so they controlled the pin. Not surprising, they controlled the fast break as well. There was a plus 26 in favor of Sarangani in that win.
Picking up their second win under new head coach Toto Trujillo para dito sa Sarangani ngayon. Mga kalaban nila ang Mindoro Tamaraos. At last time out, katunggali nila yung Basilan Star Horse. A crucial na laro ito, no? Laban dito sa Basilan. But Basilan coming up on top, and yung slow start yung naging problema dito para sa Mindoro.
Oo, matter of fact, yung slow start na yan, 30 points ang iniscore nitong Basilan doon sa second quarter. Tapos nilimit nila to 17 points lang itong Mindoro. Sinubukan bumalik ng Tamaraos pero na-outscored din sila in the fourth quarter, 21 and 15. It was a challenge making shots though. Plus 10 sila sa attempts pero minus 6 sila pagdating sa field goal makes. Kaya yung points in the paint, second chance points as well as bench points, may deficit in that game, in that loss against Basilan.
Alright, Sarangani versus Mindoro. Punta na natin si Richard Tapos as he's now introducing the starters for both
Number
squads.
5, J-Mark Malyari. And at power forward number 4, Richard Belches. The head coach, Toto Trujillo. Assistant coaches, Mark Manalang, Joshua Inocentes, John Covarrubias, Jock Labrador, Lawrence Lopez, and Jeff Cleopas. the team manager architect Andrew Bellarmino. Here's the starting five for Mindoro Tamaraws. Coming in at center number 27, Jonas Tibayan. Forward number 24, Ashen Andrews. At guard number 3, Ino Comboy. Point guard number 5, playing assistant coach Axel Inigo. And at power forward number 6, Riego Bam Bam Kamalinda. The head coach is Benji Teodoro, assisted by Kim Cinco. Playing assistant coaches Ken Bono and Joseph Sedorifa with JC Libunao. Team manager Sandra Norte. Team owner is Paula Oriental Mindoro.
Starting five brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Battle of South Division team. Sarangani will start off with Ref Diputado, J. Mark Balyari, Lars Sunga, Richard Elches, and Boy Alves. For Mindoro, playing assistant coach Axel Inigo, Ino Comboy, Jonas Tibayan, Bam Bam Gamalinda, and Ashen Andrews earning a start here, Coach Mike, after that solid performance he had despite that loss against Basilan.
Oh, ganda na pinakita ni Ashen Andrews in that previous game. And sigurado ako ang hope nila is magpatuloy itong magandang performance ni Ashen Andrews, who in some games have actually shown a lot of potential para dito sa Tamaraws.
Comboy immediately jacking up a free. That's been the secret to their recent success. Itong Mindoro, they are number 1 in terms of free-point makes and attempts. Gamalinda gets blocked from behind and ball will go to Sarangani. Naman, very interesting yung styles natin ngayon, Coach. Kasi binanggit ko na nga, Mindoro number 1 sa 3-point shooting. Ang Sarangani, curiously, number 1 in terms of 2-point makes and attempts plus points in the paint.
Oo. At nakikita mo talaga yung naging change ba in the way that both these teams have run their schemes on the floor, particularly sa offensive side para dito sa dalawang teams. You mentioned, you're quite surprised that example itong Mindoro, number 1 sa 3-point makes and 3-point attempts, which before we didn't see that, di ba? Samantalang dito naman sa Sarangani nga, just the perimeter shooting and the points in the paint have really been the top source of scoring para dito sa Sarangani.
On the flip side, Sarangani is dead last in terms of 3-point makes and attempts. 4.7 makes from beyond the arc and only averaging 20.8 attempts from that distance. Samantala, Mindoro is third to the last in terms of 2-point makes and attempts din naman. So talagang clash of styles itong natutukuyan natin between Sarangani and Mindoro.
But if you swing it over to the defensive side, this really favors more Mindoro. Mindoro is more of a defensive team, better defensive team than that of Sarangani. I like to think Sarangani is really focused on yung skill set and talent sa offensive side, kaya dun sila namamayagpag.
First basket nakuha ni Bam Bam Gamalinda.
There you go.
Depensa nga ang pinairal dito ng Mindoro. Nakuha nila yung steal. Tibayan able to recover. Gamalinda bouncing it to Ino Comboy, guarded by J. Mark Balyari. Gamalinda up top, bounce pass, Inigo for free, left it short. Balyari unable to track it down. Bola babalik sa panig ng Mindoro.
Yeah. And you just love how so far itong movement. Walang shot make in that last sequence para dito sa Mindoro, but you like the movement, drawing a secondary defender and making that ball move so that may rotation, especially on the weak side of the floor.
Sarangani nakaagaw dito. J. Mark Balyari almost lost it. Alves was there. And now they reset their offense. Lars Sunga.
Yeah, they want to clear.
Poste na. Sunga naagawan na naman. This time, Inigo. Gamalinda. Bit of a shaky start for both squads so far, Coach Mike.
Totoo yan. Naghahanap pa ng rhythm. Lalo na dito sa Mindoro. But you noticed earlier, nung sinubukang postehan nila itong Mindoro, si Sunga was trying to post up. You just saw Axel really staying down on the low block na naka-help na kagad, anticipating yung poste. No? So makikita mo yung prinsipyo nila pagdating sa depensa.
Yung perceived disadvantage, naging advantage pa para
Yes.
dito sa Mindoro.
Right.
Ashton Andrews playing with a bundle of energy, attacks, and draws a foul.
And just brings a lot of energy itong si Ashton Andrews. 50-50 possessions, makikita mo palagi, nandun yun, trying to secure that leather para dito sa Mindoro Tamaraws. And that I feel is the plus factor of having itong si Ashton Andrews on the team.
And this guy has been practically a journeyman, especially in his collegiate career. So he started in high school in Roosevelt College, and then una siya naglaro supposedly for University of the Philippines, but found himself transferring to University of Santo Tomas. And then just prior to his stint here with Mindoro, he was supposedly gonna play for San Sebastian, but decided ultimately to turn pro. And now, medyo nakahanap na niya, no, yung kanyang rhythm dito sa Mindoro Tamaraws.
Oo. At saka yung you know, his place in the team. Clearly, yung mga hustle plays and hustle stats, that's where he goes to. Because right now, ito si Ashton Andrews is actually their top offensive rebounding guy with almost 3 offensive rebounds per game. And you're not gonna get that without a lot of effort. And so yun ang parang nagiging contribution ni Ashton Andrews para dito sa Mindoro.
Now he whips that pass to Ino Homeboy, who drives. Corner pocket shot from Bam Bam Gamalinda is good. That's a three-pointer.
Ibang klase rin yung pasa na yun ni ano, no?
Ni Comboy.
Ni Comboy, yeah. Well, after all, he's a 36% three-point shooter, and so why not? Bam Gamalinda pretty much, pero karamihan ng tres niya galing sa ibabaw, you know,
Yeah.
off a middle ball screen where he slips it. That time around, he was on that wing, taking that three and making it.
Hook shot ni Alves, hindi gagana yan. Approaching the 6-minute mark of the first quarter, Axel Inigo. Sa kabila naman, pupukol si Bam Bam. That time off the heel, rebound, Diputado. Rev will push it. Gets to the gut of the defense. Kick out pass to J. Mark Palyari for free. No good. Ball poked loose by Comboy. It will stay with Sarangani.
It's over what you noticed of Sarangani when they get their offensive rebound, they immediately try to look for a shot. Lalo na kung malapit yung naka-rebound, no? They're not looking for three-point shooters. They're gonna see if they have a shot in the paint.
Marsunga, binigay sa kakapasok lamang na si Kit Jimenez. Splitting 2 defenders. Bounce pass
wow.
inside. Velches though could not finish.
Sayang, ganda nung pagkaka-execute na yun ni Kit Jimenez. You always talk about as a coach drawing that second defender, which creates 2 on the ball. That time, there were 3-4 on the ball with Kit Jimenez splitting that first line of defense and making the defense rotate after that.
Sarangani yet to score. We're almost at the halfway point of the first period. Roy Alves sizing up Axel Inigo. And he'll head to the line for 2 shots after getting fouled. Axel Inigo. That's his second foul. So starting here for Coach Benji. Free throws coming up para dito kay Roy Alves.
And quite ironic, so far this is the first point here for Sarangani. They're getting it from the line. They get roughly about 25 attempts from the line.
Yeah, actually, now that you mentioned it, number 6 sila in terms of free throw makes. Itong Sarangani. So, yung offense nila ganun eh. They also are number 1 in fast break points. It's just the 3-point shooting that's missing on that side of the floor as Richard Velches. That time, hindi na binigo yung pasa doon ni Kit Jimenez.
Yeah, I feel it really speaks to personnel para dito sa Sarangani. They really focus so much on making shots in the paint as opposed to making threes. Because there's actually only just a couple of guys that's got, parang decent numbers when it comes to 3 points. You're talking about Brillantes, who's a 33% 3-point shooter, and Kit Jimenez is 35, and everyone else is pretty much focused on perimeter shooting and paint twos and non-paint twos. And so exactly what you saw earlier. Kit made a drive and dished it off and left it off for the other guy to score in the paint.
And to add on to that, in terms of make, si Kit Jimenez lang yung above 1 make a ball game. 2.3 makes per contest. So like you said, yung personnel nga, no? Narsunga tries an outside shot, no good. There are guys for them that can hit it, pero yung percentage nila wala pa din eh.
Wala pa. That's right.
Mga sub 30% yung mga tumitira sa kanila sa labas eh.
Tsaka Mindoro, pretty much more of a half-court slow break team as opposed to, tingnan natin kung may fast break tayo. No? Very rare do they get into that. And Comboy is one of the reasons why they are so good when it comes to threes. See the mom and the dad of Axel Inigo watching.
Diputado buries a free on the left wing, cuts the lead down to 2. Under 4 minutes remaining in quarter number 1. Axel Inigo remains on the floor despite 2 fouls. RJ Ramirez can't hit the free. Rebound by Koy Alves.
Not really good shooting so far between these two teams.
Yeah.
Nasa 20% field goal makes lang. Good cut and good finish.
Another assist from Kit Jimenez.
Kaya minsan, kung ikaw ang kalaban nitong Sarangani, you have to be mindful. See this good drive here by RJ Ramirez. You have to be mindful about cuts inside the paint.
They really play fast itong Sarangani, but ganda rin naman nung counter doon ni RJ Ramirez.
And the thing is, when you talk about them playing with a lot of speed, it happens both full court and even in the half court. That time, you know, that post area was open, and knowing experience, RJ's gonna claim that spot, chase for it, and the finish.
RJ Ramirez, former FU Tamaraw, knocks down the free throw. 11-8 is the score. 3-point lead for Mindoro. Charles Caliano and Martin Gozum. King Takamento now in for the gripper. Gozum, their leading scorer, now is guarded by Brandre Bienes. Gozum, nice pass inside to King Takamento.
Yeah, a lot of the opportunities have come from guys going to their bag, trying to use those dribbles to create opportunities and rotations defensively for Sarangani. So it's paying off, no?
Yeah, Sarangani actually is playing to their strengths right now. Not really forcing a lot of shots, being patient with their offense.
Kahit pa paano, medyo maganda na yung conversion over the last few possessions between these two. Oh, that's way
Napakalayong
outside.
stress! Binisik lang ni Kit Jimenez.
He took that all the way from the volleyball line. Grabe. And like I said, no, Kit is just 35% 3-point shooter. He's one of the 2 guys na lisensyadong tumira sa labas.
That was way out, all the way from Sarangani province.
Oo. Tingin ko bandang Kanlubang na yun.
Lubang.
Ang layo eh.
Ken Bono nasa loob na. Sedorifa and Jun Manzo. Labang ng Sarangani dito. Their first taste of the lead. RJ Ramirez trying to break down the defense of Kit Jimenez. Kick out pass to Brandre Bienes. Ken Bono, top of the key free. Short. Jimenez grabs the rebound. Kit Jimenez actually a great rebounding guard for Sarangani. Caliano pulls up from the elbow. Bienes corrals the miss.
Tama ka doon. He's their second best defensive rebounding guy. Ito si Kit Jimenez with about 5.5 defensive rebounds per game. And dangerous kasi siya yung magti-trigger. Grab and go na yun pagka siya na one defensive rebound.
Playing a lot better to si Kit Jimenez. Remember, he missed a few games with his injury. RV Bringas. Supply yung kanyang tira sa labas. Jun Manzo onto the front court. Sedorifa thought about it. Joseph at the elbow. Dinilig palabas kay Jun Manzo. Laban kay Charles Caliano. Gets past him. Lays it up. And he'll earn 2 free throws.
A really good setup half court para sa Tamaraos that time around. Pretty much dribble drive. You have that post open. You've got that post on the weak side, waiting for what the initiator of the offense would do, which happens to be Jun Manzo.
Those are his current numbers. As he makes the first of 2 free throws. Former UP Fighting Maroon, Jun Manzo. This free throw, hatid sa atin na Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. 2 for 2 at the line. And we have a timeout here with 1 minute and 8 to go here in the first period. Mindoro with a 2-point lead. Jun Manzo with 14 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 11 points in the first half against Basilan, actually matching his season high in points and assists. And also notable there was the minutes he played. He played 34 minutes, Coach Mike. That's the most so far this season.
Yeah. Tsaka above 20 minutes per game talaga si Jun Manzo for most of the games that he's played. And matter of fact, he's their second best assist guy with 2.6 assists per game. Topping that off would be actually Nyugi with 2.8. And so yung rotation ng guardia na yan, na si Manzo, si Axel, as well as si Ino combo, you can put in RJ Ramirez as well. Those guys are pretty much the ones that create opportunities for other guys to score.
And isa din talaga siya sa inaasahan sana nitong Mindoro because clearly Joseph Sedorifa, Ino Comboy had found their stride. And that third guy could be Jun Manzo because he has really proven already that he could be a capable scorer for any squad that he's in. But so far medyo nangangapa pa siya dito sa Mindoro.
And putting him on the point, pag pinagsabay mo tong si Ino at saka si Jun Manzo, putting him on the point would lessen that pressure on Ino Combo, and so he would be freer. You see that foot speed right there by Jun Manzo. That's what we meant about him being a good contributor on the offensive side and setting up the table for them.
6-0 run to close out the first for Mindoro. Caliano to beat the buzzer. Way off the mark. And Mindoro got things going early. Sarangani nakabawi. Pero maganda yung panapos dito ng Mindoro Tamaraos. But Kit Jimenez as usual orchestrating really well para dito sa Gripper.
And that's what really improved yung kanilang field goal shooting to 41% earlier from roughly about 20% because of good passes. And this is the only shot that he took in the first quarter, making that outside move, and he constantly has been trying to find ways, but the defense of Mindoro really making things pretty much interesting between these two teams right now. And so it's Mindoro up by 4, 17-13.
Back with us here at the Alonte Sports Arena in Binyan, Laguna. Our 9th time this season. And Sarangani and Mindoro magkalaban in our first game. We have a special deal, of course, from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Second quarter underway between Sarangani and Mindoro. The Tamaraws holding a 4-point lead. Field goal shooting, Coach Mike,
Oo.
medyo putrid for both squads.
Well, kahit pa paano nagkaroon ng improvement. Hindi maganda yung naging shooting nila ng panimula pero maganda yung bawi. All because of them playing their style of play. You know, execution in the paint points para dito sa Sarangani, samantalang more of three-point shot making and defense para dito sa Mindoro. But that time around, that's unforced turnover right there.
Diputado turning defense into offense. And so far, Coach Mike, yung imprint ni Coach Toto, especially on the defensive side of the floor, hindi pa natin masyado nakikita for Sarangani. And that's something that's a work in progress. But grabe, yung last 2 games kasi nila, parehong beyond the century mark
Oo.
So that side of the floor, almost no issues. Yung 3-point shooting lang talaga. Pero yung sa depensa, medyo nangangapa pa sila dyan.
At saka, I think Coach Toto is really allowing Kit Jimenez to be the one to initiate and get the reads and make the decisions on the floor. As you see, RV bring us right there, knocking it down from the perimeter.
Yung kabanggaan nyo dun, si Ken Bono, napakagandang matchup niya, Coach Mike. Ito, mabawi. Itong UAP, former UAP MVP, but Bono overshoots the target. Jimenez joined by RV Bringas, Martin Gozom, King Takamento, and Rev Diputado. Steal by Joseph Sedorifa. Drop pass, RJ, basket and one after getting fouled by Kit Jimenez.
Kit cannot believe that. He felt he got all ball. And he's asking for a review. RJ did a good thing of just sticking to that play and making a shot at them. After all, nasa loob na siya ng paint eh.
Coach Toto obliges after Kit pleaded to issue a challenge on that last foul call. And 8 minutes and 21 seconds remaining. Sarangani using their first coach's challenge. And lamang pa rin ang Mindoro dito. 19-17 will be back for the result.
The challenge made by Sarangani is successful. Basket counts for RJ
Successful
Ramirez, but
challenge.
there was no
From Sarangani. This was the play in contention.
Yeah. Wala nga talaga eh, no?
Now, I want to know your take on this, Coach Mike. Kasi, well, despite the successful challenge, counted pa rin yung basket. Although yun nga,
Wala na yung bonus.
wala na yung bonus, wala rin yung foul.
That's
But
right.
is it worth it?
Yung naging challenge?
Oo.
Well, you want to save that foul of Kit Jimenez. I think that's
Yun
one.
nga eh, situational
You know,
no?
Situational siya eh. And understanding that Kit Jimenez is a primary guy in your rotation, as much as possible, you want to stay him away from foul trouble.
Kit Jimenez, the pass to a streaking Martin Gozom, sidesteps his way to the basket but can't convert. Jun Manzo, Joseph Sedorifa, RJ Ramirez, Brandre Bienes, Ken Bono, the unit for Mindoro on the floor. Sedorifa, kick out pass. Bono for free. Short again. Ramirez. The ball ends up with him as Mindoro will reload. RJ. Back to Bono. This time the swing pass to Jun Manzo attacks the paint.
Yeah.
Libreng-libre sa tres si Bienes. Wala pa din. Sedorifa grabs the offensive board inside. RJ Ramirez scores.
And once Jun Manzo started attacking that middle thirds of the floor, nakita mo na nag-rotate na yung depensa. And he had two options actually when she drove middle on that weak side of the floor, that back side. Corner guy on the three and a wing three, which he settled for that wing three. And good thing they got the offensive rebound.
Oh, what an athletic move to the basket by King Takamento. Able to stretch his way to the cup. Anong galaw na yun, Coach Mike?
Oh, going left side pa, no? And just leaping over Ken Bono. Took off actually earlier before Ken could do anything.
King Takamento helping Sarangani cut this lead. And Mindoro will sue for time. They're still up though by 2 points, 21-19. King Takamento against Cebu. Coach Mike, monstrous performance, 21 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. 13 of those 21 points came though in the first quarter.
Yeah, and combining with Kit Jimenez, those two pretty much played beautiful basketball in that first quarter, and more impressively, it's a 71% field goal shooting para kay King Takamento. And I feel it's just sa mga nag-benefit sa pagbalik ni Kit Jimenez, because you put in a big guy with that much length and size and athleticism on a two-man action with Kit. For the most part, maririwardan ka.
Masyadong mababa yung pasa ni Danny Marilao, intended to Ethan Galang.
And he really just came in, si Danny. Turn the ball over.
Galang tasked to guard Kit Jimenez. Very interesting matchup here. Jimenez trying to break down his defense.
Yeah, I like that matchup.
Nakaagaw na naman. Sedorifa, second steal. Galang goes up strong. Gamalinda grabs the offensive rebound but throws it away. Martin Gozom onto the front court for the gripper.
Good defense by Danny Marilao, keeping in pace. Hindi umattempt na sumundot, talagang tinapatan lang niya si Gozom.
Tig-pitong turnovers na ang Mindoro at Sarangani. That shot no good. Manzo grabs the board. Gamalinda up top again for free, no hesitation off the back iron. Jimenez with another board. Slowly but surely returning to that form he had back in season 4. Meron pa nga siyang quadruple-double dun.
Oh. And Kit is gonna get a breather here after missing that shot from up top. And he had to take it because naka-drop coverage na si Danny Marilao. He was anticipating na papasok ito sa loob, he's gonna create. So that was a shot that they were willing to give up, that 3-point attempt.
LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. You know, curiously, Coach Mike, for Sarangani, you haven't seen yet, or mukhang hindi rin in uniform si Junji Halyare.
Oh yeah,
Diba?
that's another perimeter scoring guy for them.
And also, he has been playing well lately para dito sa Sarangani. Yung resurgence nga nila, no? Coinciding is a better play para dito sa gripper. Rev Diputado. Alves goes inside.
wow.
Oh, great pass. Magaganda yung mga pasan ngayon ng Sarangani dito, Coach Mike.
Oo. Tsaka sila, I mean, you get Koy Alves to be in there. He's a very able passer of a big man, si Koy Alves. He has almost 1 assist per game.
Yeah.
And so that's already a contribution for him on that stat department. But if you get him involved in paint action, pretty much he can do that.
We were kind of expecting, Coach Mike, na mabilis yung pace natin, but so far it hasn't been the case.
The fast break hasn't been that much. There's only been 7 fast break points scored between these two teams. And I feel itong Mindoro, they're not shooting that ball real well from 3. Napakababa. Pero yung depensa nila, it's what's keeping them in the game.
Malyari can't hit the 3. Sunga grabs the offensive board. Rev Diputado gets it to Ken Brillantes. Bumangga kay Ethan Galang. Lars Sunga sa loob. Nakabigwit ng foul.
Ganda rin ang kombinasyon ng mga front line ng Sarangani. Lars Sunga, Coy Alves, Brillantes. Coming off the bench, you could have Velches as well as King Takamento. Very mobile bigs that are strong enough to grab rebounds as well.
2 shots coming up for Lars Sunga.
And what's making it tough also for Mindoro right now is that with those 3s not falling, yung rotation hindi ganun kadami yung nakikita natin sa Sarangani. So I guess it's easier for Sarangani to defend given the situation na hindi pumapasok yung mga 3 points itong Mindoro. But once those shots go in, they will be forced to close out. They will be forced to rotate, and that's where Mindoro, in my opinion, is dangerous.
And Mindoro has had open looks.
Yes.
Tingnan natin si Ken Bono. Mayroon siyang mga dalawang top of the key threes na parehong short lang.
And those are because it's bigs that's taking it. You saw Bam Gamalinda earlier. This time around turns to foot action inside the paint. And then you had 3, 4 attempts from Ken Bono from up top. And that to me is one of the reasons why they're up there when it comes to attempts and makes, because yung mga bigs nila slip on the middle ball screen for 3s, pick and pop.
Luigi Natada, 7 seconds on their shot clock. Comboy behind the back pass. Gamalinda jacks up a 3, no good. Marilao grabs the offensive rebound.
Good pass.
Medyo off target lang.
Babala.
J-Mark surveying the floor. He attacks. The pass inside. Lars Sunga with an end-one opportunity after that basket.
High IQ basketball players in J-Mark Malyari and Lars Sunga connecting right there.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Pop Personal Karaoke Speaker. Everyday karaoke.
Very early, J-Mark Malyari tested that defense. Nobody's checking in me, nobody's stopping that ball. We'll see if I can still get inside the paint. And once he got in, just a clear curl under on the weak side of the floor for Lars Sunga. And just a very easy read for J-Mark Malyari.
9 unanswered points for the Sarangani Gripper as they have taken this lead up by 5, 26-21. Happy to have you with us here at the Alonte Sports Arena in Binyan, Laguna. On a Wednesday afternoon, nagkakasiyahan po sila dito sa loob ng ating venue. Special deal from MonexBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Ba't natatawa ka, Coach Mike?
Baka galing sa enrollment to mga to magpapasok. May pasok na ba iba? Meron na no? Yung iba?
Iba-iba yata
Oh yeah.
Malapit na.
So either they came from school, classes, or nag-enroll tong mga to. Or kung bakasyon pa, pagkakataong umextra pa na ng mga lakad.
Kaya pala matindi-tindi na yung traffic Nagsisimula na.
Sa area nyo.
Oo. Coach Benji Chadoro. 4-3 so far since he took over for Mindoro.
I think it just brings a different type of energy and knowledge para dito sa Mindoro Tamaraws. As we all know, nagkaroon ng mga coaching change, but the important thing is the guys stay connected to what they want to accomplish this season, speaking of the Tamaraws. And why not? Because you're getting a really good support from management and your fans from back in Mindoro.
Ino Homeboy has yet to get it going. Now he fires a free. That's gonna be good para dito kay Ino Homeboy, knocking down his first free.
It's 1 out of 3 from there. No, I think that was his second.
Pangalawa ba?
Pangalawa. He's 2 out of 3 right now.
Tama.
From there. He had one earlier.
Di mo kasi masyado ramdam eh. Very
matagal.
minimal yung attempts niya so far.
Oo, tsaka ang tagal from the last time that we saw him make that 3.
We're just alluding to the pace right now of this
yeah.
game. This 3-point shot brought to you by Extreme. One-stop shop appliances.
A good screen right there, and pinatama talaga yung screen and delaying yung depensa na yun ni J. Mark Malyari. Just enough space for Wendell Comboy to make a shot then.
Basta alam niyang tumama sa screen and may slight opening, itira niya talaga eh. Ooh! Man, that's a poor foul. Shot clock winding down. Koy Alves, not really known as a prolific three-point shooter.
Yeah, and that's not a good foul for a lot of reasons. One, Sarangani is not so much a three-point shooting team. Second, it's Koy Alves. Not to take anything away from Koy, pero he's really more known to be perimeter and paint to scorer.
Now they're reviewing this if there was an unsportsmanlike foul, but looks like there was not.
I don't think there's any. I think that's just a regular foul.
Ang gandang spot kasi sa yung cylinder, no? Tinitingnan dyan. Pero tatlong free throws pa rin yan para kay Koy Alves.
At si Koy has never made a three-pointer yet this season.
This season, right?
Yeah.
You know who else? Ewan kung magugulat ka dito, Coach Mike. Who has yet to make a free this season?
Oh.
Mike Di Gregorio from Pangasinan.
Oh, really?
Yes. Look at his numbers, which is astonishing to me.
Oh. Well, when you look at the schemes of the Heat Waves, he's pretty much used more in the perimeter, dribble handoffs and amongst other things. Pero yung isi-set up mo siya ng 3, hindi nga masyado. Kasi karamihan, mas madalas pinupuntahan nila si Ralph Robin.
Yeah.
For 3 makes.
29-24 is the score. A minute and 20 remaining in quarter number 2. Sedorifa pass to Tibayan. Natada will fire. Rebound ends up with Sarangani. Ahead is Lars Sunga who lays it up and in.
Yeah, and they keep blitzing that near half-court ball handler, trying to influence him to go to basically pushing him to the side and making him do a difficult pass. 3 right here for Ino.
Malayo yan, but able to make it 3 3-pointers for a total of 9 points for Ino Homeboy.
Yeah, so far he's been the best 3-point shooter in this game. 3 out of 4 from there.
Great pass. Sunga can't hit it though. Rebound controlled by Bam Bam Gamalinda. Ino Homeboy again.
One more.
May tulak laban kay Bam Bam on that rebounding battle with Koy Alves.
And she almost felt it na kukuha ulit ng isa pa si Ino because he's pretty much a streak shooter from there.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Play. On the go speaker, take your music anywhere.
You see that fast break pero nagsimula talaga yan sa defensive side. Yung pag-blitz nila at pag-influence to the sideline itong mga ball handlers ng Mindoro, forcing them to make a very high pass, difficult passes as well.
Koy Alves at the line. Was teammates with Puroy Kantimbungan, not only here in the MPBL but also in college sa De La Salle, Dasmariñas. He has carved out a serviceable career dito sa MPBL. Had stints with Bacolod and Muntinlupa. Kung sila nagkaampi ni Puroy.
Yeah.
Just this season lang sila nagkahiwalay. Nakaagaw si Larsunga. Sarangani playing well at the moment. Up by 4. That's a good pass, but Velches though could not handle it. Natapik din kasi ng bagya ng Mindoro doon. 13 seconds remaining in the second period. Mindoro with the last shot opportunity here. Axel Inigo, release pass to Sedorifa, crossing the half-court line. Cross court, Comboy,
Good
fake. Takes that shot, can't hit it. Sunga, enough time, but Malyari will run out of clock here as, oh boy, Sarangani. This is not their brand of basketball, but defense making it work and holding Mindoro to only 27 points.
Yeah, putting them in very uncomfortable situations and, you know, pretty much executing inside the paint and in the perimeter.
Sarangani up by 4 at the half.
Manalang gets it back. 8 seconds to work with. They go to Giab against Capulong. Nice fake by Giab. Atake ni Josh Giab! What a move from Josh Giab! Look at the move from Josh Giab. The shot fake. And lets Capulong fly by with that hang time move.
And the thing is, may nakadig pa si si Mitch Maynes.
Olegario drives right at Jego Dario. Finds a way. Oh my! Hindi ko alam paano nagawa ng paraan ni J.R. Olegario yun. I could not even find him. Could not even see him. 3 players against J.R. Olegario.
Hindi mo na nga makita.
Kaya nga.
Plus 10 ang Pasay, 14-4. Cyrus Tabi quietly has been having a solid season.
What a pass.
And what a pass. Like you said, papunta kay AJ Coronel.
And that's with the left hand. Usually, players are good with their strong hand, no? Yung mga magagaling pumasa. And this one, though, using the left hand for that behind the back in tight space.
4-point lead para sa Abra. Taiwan. Ildefonso, oh what a move! Dave Ildefonso able to elude the defense. At ito yung magandang galaw ni Dave Ildefonso.
And that's just muscle memory para dito kay Dave Ildefonso.
Risers with a glimmer of hope. Kani. Kani for 3! Oh! Hubert Kani, I tell you, never count the Risers out, especially here on their home floor.
That's right. He rose up with those hands, challenged by Philip Manalang, still knocked it down.
Pasay looks like they're getting a win here after back-to-back losses. Oh, Adlawan could certainly dunk. He'll try for that, and he does! Slam jam for Dolan Adlawan.
Pasok na sa top 3 yun, yung dakdak na yun. Maybe the number 1 play.
They trap Pido. He goes to Himpayan. Waray finds Pingris for the hammer.
Oh boy! Me, oh my! Mark Pingris!
What a slam galing kay Mark Pingris. He went up there.
To Coach Stephen Mapera's playbook that he could have more playing time for Parañaque in the coming games.
Pido.
Oh! The exclamation point to this one! May pahabol pa!
Nawala tuloy headset ko. Nagulat ako.
That's the first time I've actually seen somebody in the panel lose their headset after a dunk.
Ibang klase naman kasi out of nowhere. And Warlo Batak.
Mina against Darang. 5 seconds to work with. Mina fires a 3. Good! Alan Mina! 10 points in the game. And a clutch basket for the Cowboys.
Boy, and what you love about this, the guys on Ilagan, the Cowboys, clutch after clutch.
They have been fouled as well there.
Yup, didn't get to land on where he's supposed to.
Yes.
Oh my.
Big time shot galing kay Allen for 2. 10 seconds on the shot clock for Bataan. Mitchell with the in and out dribble. Mitchell, what a finish! What a finish! And I thought I was watching Dr. J right there. The in and out dribble. Minus gets deep and adjusts, contorts, and just lays it in with some English. What a spectacular move from Mitchell Minus.
Dr. J-like, if you ask me.
At the half, our score 31 for the Sarangani Gripper, 27 para naman sa Mindoro Tamaraws. And Coach Mike, magandang simula ng Mindoro dito. They had that 5-0 start. Umabol yung Sarangani. Then Mindoro had that strong finishing kick in the first quarter. And just when you thought that they're about to pull away, Sarangani comes in quarter number 2 and they were able to really actually defend against this really vaunted lineup nitong Mindoro.
Yeah, well, one of the things also is aside from yung defense na mini-mention mo, the threes have not been falling, and you couple that with really good half-court execution para dito sa Sarangani and making that defense of Mindoro work. That's the reason why right now it's Sarangani up by 4. But if you're Mindoro, you like where you are because you're only down a couple of possessions, and you do understand you really just gotta make those threes.
Larsunga leading the way for the Gripper with 7 points. Koy Alves with 6. And majority of the damage being done by Mindoro, by Sarangani rather, has been inside the paint. Comboy with 9 points, all buoyed by those 3 triples. RJ Ramirez with 7. And the lineup on the floor for the guys in blue, Sedorifa, Bam Bam Gamalinda, Axel Inigo, Ino Comboy, and Ashon Andrews. Gamalinda hitting that outside jumper to begin festivities here in the third.
Yeah, napakahalaga nun para kay Bam Gamalinda because you want to catch a really good rhythm. He hasn't been that successful from the outside. Matter of fact, he's 1 out of 4 from 3. And so, tingnan muna natin kung mas malapit kung ano magiging resulta.
Malyari attacks the rack and he will head to the line for 2 shots after that foul by Mindoro.
Well, there's 2 ways to play with a lot of pace. Play the entire length of the floor, or you play a really fast half-court set. And every time going downhill, makita mong libre yung sana yung post area na yan at walang tao, atakihin mo yan, which is pretty much how J-Mark has played with a lot of pace in that situation. Nobody on that side of the floor for him to be checked, and so he went in and went for that drive.
So far, Sarangani 2-1 under coach Toto Dohilio. Those are the numbers for J. Mark Malyari as he knocks down both free throws.
He's their top assist guy for Sarangani with 5.6 per game. And you talk about his scoring, but you have to be consistent din na pagdepensa sa kanya in feeding. Wow, what a shot right there by Sedorifa.
That was over the outstretched arms of his defender. Tabla na tayo, 32 all. Rev Diputado can't hit the layup. Axel Inigo tatakbo. Pasa kay Sedorifa. The extra feed. Comboy back to Joseph. Back-to-back freeze for Joseph Sedorifa.
Wow. And just a swing in terms of momentum. That's what a couple of threes can do to you, and which is exactly how itong Mindoro Tamaraws would opt to play. 2 out of 2 in their last 2 attempts.
Lamang na ulit ang Mindoro, 35-32. J-Mark, pinasa kay King Takamento. Siya ang pupukol sa 3. Comboy grabs the board. Inigo fakes, drives, floats it up and in. 8-0 run for the Mindoro Tamaraws.
Well, 2 things that happened there. You know, an 8-0 run by Mindoro. And the previous run, as you see the dad of Axel, I'm sure he's pretty proud of how his team is doing with his son Axel. And we'll see how this goes.
Lamang ang Mindoro ng 4. We'll pause for break. Gixer fan of the game, born for greatness. Sarap naman. May mga palamig, may fries.
Alam mo, noong panahon namin, magkahiwalay yan. Nilalagyan. Yung fries tsaka yung
Talaga?
soda. Oh, yeah, di ba? Kailan na lang nauso yata yan eh. But, that's pretty smart, no, to do that.
Siyempre, kahit negosyo nag-e-evolve. Ay, Axel Inigo nakaagaw, nakapuntos, labang ng 6 ang Mindoro.
10-point run here for Mindoro. Now they're getting into a good rhythm.
J-Mark, bounce pass. Luckily for Sarangani, they will retain possession.
At pangalawang diretsong offensive na to na hindi maganda ang setup nito ng Sarangani.
Play of the game, brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Deal more game with 1xBet.
Well, first off, there was that primary pressure. And then you bring him to a side where you trap him, force him to turn. On that turn, you steal off the spin, which is how they went to that turnover points para sa Tamaraws.
Sunga can't hit it. Sedorifa is feeling it right now. 3 straight frees for Joseph Sedorifa in the third period.
Well, that rock was handled by 3 different blue shirts, and all of them had that swag.
Lob inside, Inigo. Sedorifa. Close out by Jimenez. And they get a steal. Sarangani.
Medyo confusing yung read,
Aha.
that part.
Sa loob, Takamento of that pass from J. Mark Malyari.
Finally, after some sets that were empty, good pass right there by J-Mark to the waiting hands of King Takamento.
Ashton Andrews got blocked. And Jimenez got fouled as they tried to make a play in transition.
And they really had to bring in Kit already to try and alleviate this situation for Sarangani.
Assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
6-point for King Takamento on that good dive from that pass by J-Mark.
42-35, Mindoro with the lead. They have outscored itong Sarangani 15-4. Martin Gozom tries a 3, no. Andrews corrals the miss.
Good box out by Ashen.
Foul ang binigay ni J. Mark Malyari.
Yeah, not a good foul by J-Mark. Quickly turns to the bench and apologizes. You're full length of the floor, you didn't need to foul. You had your teammates defending the other end.
4 minutes gone by in the third period. Andrews the lob, broken up by Koy Alves. Malyari, sasalaksak sa loob. Ginamit ang kanyang kaliwa.
Yeah, twice already he's finished that left side of the floor. Pero
Great
pinalikan,
pass.
yeah,
That's a great outlet pass. Sarangani gusto na rin may pagtakbuhan dito. This is their brand of basketball.
Yeah, those are a couple of lengthy big guys. In my opinion, the most athletic twin towers here this season. Koy Alves and King Takamento can run length of the floor, can do close out defense. There's a lot of athleticism between those two.
And this is what we were kinda expecting. Yung nangyayari ngayon sa third period. Pero nung first 2 quarters, medyo snail pace tayo, Coach Mike. No? As this assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
And only because Mindoro has hit 3 3-pointers in this quarter. At the half, they were
4 of 20.
4 of 20. That's right.
So 3 of 3 sila ngayon, ha?
Yeah, 3 of 3.
Lahat yun galing kay Joseph Sedorifa.
That's right. And it was well set up. Pate. Didn't have that weave.
Sa ilalim. Tipayan had to adjust his shot. Bumigay ng foul doon si Joseph Sedorifa. Past the halfway point of the third.
So far, it's Koy Alves that's winning this matchup down on the low block against Jonas Tibayan. Jonas has pretty much been empty on 2 attempts to get him the ball, and when he got it, he was well defended as well in the paint.
Di pa natin nakikita so far Jun Manzo to begin the second half. 44-39, Gozom laban kay Ramirez. Martin inside to King. Ooh, missed it, but Koy Alves there as he tried to stick that back in. Foul will be called against Mindoro.
Good ploy though by Sarangani. Left side of the floor, you got a couple of lefties working together, and King slipping, and Gosum can stay that side of the floor. Either way, it's a good chance for you to score. Unfortunately, namintis yung magandang pasa na yun para kay King.
Just a quick breather for Ino Comboy. Itong free throw na ito atid sa atin na Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Sablay ang unang free throw ni Koy Alves. 60% from the line ang Sarangani. Actually, both teams shooting at that clip. 3 of 5 ang Mindoro. Now 10 of 16 after that make for Koy Alves. 5 of 11 shooting from that distance.
And so far, it's the assists that's, in my opinion, a little bit clear differentiator in this game. That's a +3 in favor of Mindoro. Everything else almost the same.
Ito isa sa paboritong tira ni Ino Comboy. Off that pass, off that flare. Knocking down another triple for a total of 12 points.
Yeah. He's 4 of 7 now from there after going 50% in the first half. And you just continue to feed off that shooting arm of Ino Comboy.
Calyano sa loob. Gusto talaga nila atakin si Axel sa poste.
Tsaka palagi doon sa left side ng floor.
3-point shot brought to you by Extreme. Your one-stop shop appliances.
Good flare screen provided there for Ino Comboy. Pretty much your top 3-point shooter for the game.
Another challenge. This time by the Mindoro Tamaraws. 3 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in the third period. Coach Benji, his team up by 7. And, tingnan natin kung ano magiging resulta ng challenge nila sa aming pagbabalik.
The review for the challenge was inconclusive and it has been nullified. We will stand on the call. Foul on Axel Inigo.
Kaya pala
Penalty.
matagal yung challenge. Inconclusive. The call will stand. Calyano will head to the line for 2 shots. Collier de San Lorenzo stand out. Ito si Charles Calyano. Sablay ang kanyang unang tira. Also played for Arellano University. Ito si Charles Calyano. 1 out of 2. By the way, semifinals pala daw ni Coach Christian Luanzon sa kanilang sa Philchai League.
Mapapalaban pala si Coach Christian.
So yung mga laban nila doon, St. Stephen. Baka nga siya yung leading no? Baka frontrunner siya for MVP sa ligang yun.
Why not? Coach Christian pa. Oh, what a move!
Oh, Ray Bienes able to maneuver inside the paint and score.
Finally, Ray Bienes showing us some good stuff in this game.
49-41. Ang Mindoro, kasalukuyang shooting really well from the field. Coach Mike, 9 of 11. Kit Jimenez though, burying a free from the left wing, cuts this lead down to 5.
That's the second three-point make of Kit Jimenez. After 3 attempts. Just 2 out of 3 from there.
Ramirez. Kick out pass. Bienes. Short stab. Rolls out. Caliano onto the front court. Kicks it back out to Alves. Balik sa kanyang bola. Charles Caliano. Punta nila si Kit Jimenez sa kabila.
Watch out for that two-man game.
Takamento. Balik kay Kit. 4 on their shot clock. Jimenez against Ramirez. Got bailed out by that foul committed by RJ.
Hindi mo pursue ni Kit Jimenez yung patuloy na drive dahil nandun si si King Takamento.
Gixer, great move of the game. Born for greatness.
He got that bump, stayed in control, celebrated at the right moment for that finish. Ay kanina, yung pag-drive na yun ni Kit Jimenez, nandun nga si King, he was trying to do a Gortat screen.
The one you saw earlier, the one with the cap, is Marion Magat. And from the looks of it, he will be added dun sa window for Mindoro. And he is that type of guy, 6'7", Coach Mike, but can run the floor, very lanky forward center ito. Ito yung mga gusto ni Coach Benji, yung mga bigs na kaya tumakbo given that how they're playing right now, playing with a lot of pace, a lot of space, and much like ito, part of their DNA, itong drive na ito ni RJ Ramirez.
Pretty much how their offense has been. And you open that side of the floor on that what's called an open post for dribble penetrators like RJ Ramirez to finish. And I feel if it is confirmed Marion Magat's going to be joining the Tamaraws, having him off ball on that weak side of the floor might be beneficial offensively para dito sa Mindoro. It just brings a lot of athleticism as well.
Certainly, Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz has loved how Mindoro has been playing well of late. At ito, nakaagaw. Ramirez! Semi-slam dunk? Top ring ba tawag doon?
Top ring lang. Top ring. Iba na ba tawag ngayon doon?
Hindi ko alam eh.
Alam ko nagbago na rin eh. Dami rin kasi nagbago ngayon.
Uy! Yan ang slam dunk, Coach Mike. Alley-oop pa. Boy, Alves skying high for that throwdown. 54-48.
And if you know Koy Alves, you're not at all surprised by that finish. Here we go again.
Sarangani tumatakbo. Takamento, pasa kay Martin Gozo. Balik kay Caliano sa labas.
Good recovery defensively para dito sa Tamaraws.
Pinapostehan niya ngayon si Ino Comboy, Caliano. Sa loob, the layup does not work. Bienes grabs the rebound for Mindoro.
Not a good offensive set for Sarangani. Everybody was just standing around and waiting for Caliano to make a decision.
RJ to Ino.
Yun ang masakit.
5-3 na para kay Ino Comboy for a total of 17 points.
Yun ang masakit. You give the ball to the hottest hand from 3 and Kit trying to take this back.
Sabi nga natapik daw. But referee Karina Martin having none of it. Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Ganda ng pagkaka-setup timing din yung pagkakalundag nitong si Koy Alves. And you really just love that athleticism of Koy Alves.
Another challenge here with just 22 seconds remaining in quarter number 3. We'll be back for the result.
Challenge made by Sarangani Gripper is unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful challenge this time. Toto Hilio.
Mukhang hindi naman inabot.
Oh, sabi ni Kit, natapik daw eh.
Oo. Pero hanggang ngayon, lumulundag pa si Javi Palanya. Napasigaw doon sa slam dunk ni Koy Alves.
Kaya nga eh.
Oo.
Alam mo, yung mga ganong klaseng play kailangan namin sa sa liga namin ngayon eh.
Ang galing ba?
Kulelat kami, coach eh.
Talaga.
0-3.
Magkasama ba kayo ni Javi doon?
Oo.
Baka naman si Javi kailangan bigyan ng mga ganong feed.
Kaya nga eh, baka kaya niya isalpak eh.
Tingin ko rin
6 seconds remaining here in the third. Ino Comboy. That's a foul to give by Sarangani.
Yeah. Ayun, kailangan na talaga ng depensahan because nakakailang 3 points na this quarter si nakakatatlo na ba? Dalawa? He had how many? Let me see. I think he had 2 earlier. He had 3. So he has 2 more 3-pointers here in the third.
Jun Manzo to beat the buzzer, left it short. Third quarter comes to a close, but a better showing for the Mindoro Tamaraws here in this period. As we check out the highlights of the game, brought to you by Sip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration.
And those 5 more 3-pointers has really helped go back to the profile of schemes para dito sa Mindoro Tamaraws. And there are a few snippets of really good plays for Sarangani, but it's pretty much the 3-point shooting of Sedorifa and Ino Comboy that gave them back this lead in the third.
Mindoro outscoring Sarangani by 13 to lead by 9 heading into the fourth, 57-48. Back with us here inside the Alonte Sports Arena in Binyan. As we now have our fan of the game brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Alam mo, pag may naamoy yung pagkain dito, Coach Mike, isa lang ibig sabihin nun.
Andyan na si Bal.
Andyan na si Pongkan.
Oh, yes. Yes, sir.
Fourth quarter underway between Sarangani and Mindoro. Yun nga, plus 13 ang Mindoro nung third quarter. Medyo slow yung pace natin nung first 2 quarters, Coach Mike. 17-13. Bumawi yung Sarangani na second period, 18-10. Pero ngayon, lamang ng Mindoro after that huge third quarter.
Yeah, actually, the quarters have really been about points per possession. And since the threes have not fallen earlier para dito sa Mindoro, deficit sila. Pero once they got those shots to go in, naging favorable sa kanila, kaya naka 30 points sila in that quarter.
At may foul na pinito laban dito sa Sarangani. Yung Mindoro played with a different kind of energy. coming off that halftime break, Coach Mike.
Oo, totoo yun. Even yung mga plays where they got hockey passes, nakikita mo iba yung level of confidence nila eh. And so, well, especially if you have your three-point shooters and Sedorifa and Comboy knocking those down from outside, then maganda talaga yung magiging kumpiyansa mo. At saka yung assist nila, they got, 9 more assists. They only had 7 at the half. Really shows you more team effort and really good conversions for the Tamaraws.
2 for 2 at the line for Bam Bam Gamalinda. This is the first double-digit lead of the ball game. 11 points na ang lamang ng Mindoro. RV Bringas sa poste, natapikan, turnover again. Mindoro on the run, Comboy. The floater does not work. Sunga grabs the rebound for the gripper.
I'm surprised he didn't take the 3.
Malyari pass to Caliano, try to bounce it off Comboy, but ball still in play. Jun Manzo able to knife his way to the basket.
A good drive by Jun Manzo right there. 4-on-1 break. You know, really got the numbers game in favor of the Tamaraws that time. There's a slip right there by Bam. Enough for that finish by RV inside.
Only the 4th point though for RV Bringas. Only has played 8 minutes. Jun Manzo. Atake sa loob. The floater by Jun, no good. Bringas with a rebound.
And Bam Gamalinda medyo wanted that pass earlier on that flash to the middle. But Jun really wanted that screen.
3-point shot will not work for J. Mark Palyari. They will reset their set here.
2 on the ball.
Si Suwa hindi nag-cut all the way, resulting to another turnover by the gripper.
They had the idea of cutting pero una-una feeling ko bagal nung cut, ang taas rin ng pasa.
Ray Bienes with a teardrop.
They were slow to get to that open spot on the floor when there was already 2 on the ball on Kit Jimenez. And ang taas rin talaga ng pasa. In fairness to the recipient. Oh, what a play! Oh!
Jimenez behind the back after splitting the defense. Lars Sunga will head to the line for 2 free throws.
Oh, man, talk about the bag of Kit Jimenez. Twice he went behind the back. One on a dribble and the other one on a pass.
Malasan ng tao si Coach Benji. Axel Inigo and Joseph Sedorifa, 2 of the 3 playing assistant coaches coming in.
Tsaka you have a lot of really good basketball minds on the bench of the Mindoro Tamaraws. Players and coaches included. You have Jun Manzo, you have Ken Bono, you have Axel Inigo, one of the assistant coaches.
LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Originally kasi Coach Mike, si Ken Bono lang daw, sa si Joseph Sedorifa yung supposedly yung playing assistant coaches nila. Kasi nga, very undermanned yung coaching staff ngayon ng Mindoro. And then, na-injure nagkataon si Axel. So, he was an assistant coach nung very first game ni Coach Benji in when they went up against Pampanga in Bataan. And although they lost that game, that was a pretty much closely contested game. Ito yung pumutok si Bam Bam nung second quarter. I think he had 18 of his 22 points. Tapos lumikit sila all the way. It ended up being just a 4-point win by Pampanga. Pero dahil nga sa performance ni Axel, nagustuhan ng management ng Mindoro. So napasama na rin siya. And Axel, the type of guy that he is na basta gusto niya makatulong sa team, he really embraced his role right now and has really thrived. And especially point guard siya eh. Dami niyang pwedeng input para dito sa Mindoro eh.
One can argue that one of the really good basketball-minded siblings in the MPBL, Axel and Achi, and both playing the point guard position. A lot of good read, a lot of good passion for the game, and you love having those types of player on the floor for you, let alone a team. And those guys are, brought up well by their parents. You see the amount of character that both guys have on the floor.
Sobrang doting ng mom nila eh. No?
Oh, totoo.
Diba?
I remember I actually messaged I think Achi on that Mother's Day video of their mom. The things that she said about Achi and Axel, really all the more admirable yung family na yun.
Oo.
And then really just the support of the parents, even at this level. Normally you'd see that in grade school, in high school, in college basketball, but at the pro level to still be traveling with your sons in their games, talaga makikita mo yung suporta ng parent. And us as coaches, we've seen that players who actually have good support from parents are the ones that go a long way.
Daming turnovers na magkabilang kubunan dito.
16 and 15, that's a lot. But Mindoro making the most out of it though. There are +4 in points of turnover in that department.
Yun yung difference so far. Battle for the rebound. Gamalinda. Not even jumping for that one. Yun yung pagkabeterano niya doon eh. Ang daming tumalon. Pero siya, he was well in position for that offensive rebound.
Tsaka sa tagal na niyang nilalaro yung rebound sa dami ng games. Pretty much he knows how to position himself inside. Nobody boxed him out, and so gave him an opportunity to sneak in and get that rebound.
Bam gets the bounce on the first. 10 puntos na for Bam Bam Gamalinda. This is a great bounce back for him. As I'd like to inform you, the special deal from OneXBet, scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Remember, Coach Mike, he had that stretch in 4 games where he averaged 17 points. Ito yung nagsimula eh. Nagsimula siya, I think, yung game prior to Pampanga, and then nung nakalaban nila Pampanga at 18 of those 22 points. Then yung 4 games stretch nga na yun, had average 17 points. Pero nung last 3 games, although nanggaling din kasi siya sa injury, Coach Mike, only averaging 7 points. Pero ngayon nakabalik. And, I talked to Coach JC earlier. Relatively healthy na itong lineup nila eh. So, moving forward, they're expecting greater things from this squad. And sila rin yung isa sa mga kupunan, Coach Mike, na medyo mabigat yung schedule to begin their season.
That's right.
Nakalaban na, Nueva Ecija. Yeah, that big win against Zamboanga actually. Ayan naman natin, Zamboanga is at the top of the South Division right now as we see that layup from Kit Jimenez. Now has 10 points. Ooh! It is a turnover against Mindoro. Fast break of the game, but it's atin ng Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme Magpalamig free installation for split type air conditioners. Kit Jimenez gliding in for that layup. At baba sa 12 puntos ang labang ng Mindoro. Next 3 games ng Sarangani Gripper on June 17 against the Bacolod Tubo Slashers. June 24 kontra Pasig City on July 8. Makakalaban naman nila ang Marikina Shoe Masters.
It's actually a good opportunity for them to improve their record. Right now they're at 4 and 10. So depending on the outcome of this match, they still got time. They're down only 12. But they have to execute real good and prevent those 3-point makes para dito sa Tamaraws. And that run's got to start now.
Up by a dozen are the Tamaraws. Almost another steal from Joseph Sedorifa. He
Trying-
set the tone in the third quarter, Coach Mike.
Yes, agree. They were trying a little hammer action on that weak side.
Threes have not been falling as usual for Sarangani. 3 of 17.
Kasi hindi naman, they're not known for that.
Yeah.
That's not on the top of their priority list pagdating sa scoring. And sabi mo nga kanina, pang dead last sila sa 3-point attempts, averaging 20 and only 4 makes a game. Ooh, but
Yun ang
Mindoro,
problema.
Yun ang problema, correct.
Tumatama na yung tres ng Mindoro.
That's the 10th 3-pointer already for Mindoro, and so far the second half we've seen 6 3-pointers made for the Tamaraws.
They're 6 out of 8 actually.
Right.
Kasi kanina 4 of 20 sila in the first half.
Yes. Laki nung swing ng improvements on the efficiency from that side of the floor. Another one right here.
Sedorifa again.
That pretty much has been the difference maker, if you ask me.
At lumobo na ang lamang ng Mindoro. 16 points with 3 minutes and 44 seconds remaining. And Joseph Sedorifa, all 5 of his triples coming here in the second half. And he has really buoyed this strong last 2 quarters for Mindoro. We'll pause for a break. These are the next 3 games for the Mindoro Tamaraws on June 17, kalaban ng Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. I think that's gonna be in Ilagan. June 21 sa home court nila yan against the Muntinlupa Cagers Lacan. And on June 26, mga kalaban nila, ang Bulacan Cuyas.
Always very supportive ang Mindoro.
Yeah. They've already had a home game where they won against Parañaque. Medyo matagal na rin yun, ha? That was way back last month. As Joseph Sedorifa, that was Lars Sunga, able to score inside for Sarangani.
One thing that's really gone down is yung assist, in my opinion, para dito sa sa Sarangani. They were so good in the first half.
Also, have to give credit sa depensa nitong Sarangani, because so far only 26 points in the second half for the Gripper.
It's 13 versus 7 assists so far in the second half. That's clearly the difference, and the reason that those assists have been favorable para dito sa Mindoro is, one, they're knocking down those threes, and second, they played a lot of defense trying to stop open guys and rollers and really just go rotation para dito sa Sarangani.
Again, the right pass and the right target. Sedorifa with another triple with a total now of 18 points.
Scoreless in the first half, and he's got 15 right now here.
Actually,
18 na on that three, that's right. All 18 points coming here in the second half, and he's 6 of 8 from 3.
Tig-tatlong tres in each of the third and fourth quarters. Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
And even in that situation, when Lars Sunga made that shot, there was that secondary defender that helped out from behind. Really just Sunga being able to make it.
Last 2 minutes of the game. Mindoro seems like they will bounce back from that heartbreaking loss against Basilan, and that's very important because naghahabol sila dito in terms of team standings, Coach Mike.
Right.
Masakit kasi yun eh, kasi magkadikit sila. I think in that lower half, they're gunning for those. Ang gusto nila kasi yung number 6 eh, kasi may
That's right.
play-in tayo eh.
That's right. And Mindoro right now, by the looks of it, will eventually end up with, they'll be at 500 with 8 and 8. Samantalang itong Sarangani, and then they're gonna sink a little bit deeper at 5 and 11. And the company that you have there, you have Davao with you. They're at 4 and 7. Medyo malayo pa nga yung separation. They're really much closer to Cebu, Bacolod. Those three teams pretty much in the 12 to 14 rank in the south.
Ethan Galang, Danny Marilao. Facing his former team today. Ito si Danny Marilao. Naglaro to for Sarangani under Coach John Calios. At meron tayong timeout. Mindoro using one of the remaining timeouts here, but up by 18, 77-59. Ino Comboy versus Basilan despite the loss, 13 points, 3 of 8 shooting from free, and 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. And today, maganda rin yung kanyang performance, no? Helped Joseph Sedorifa steer the ship with 17 points. You know, those two guys, Coach Mike, I feel like sila yung nag-thrive under Coach Benji, no? Because when you look at the numbers, ito si Ino Comboy in his last 9 games, 15.6 points, 3.8 frees, actually total of 34 frees during those last 9 games. Si Sedorifa naman, not too bad, 12.5 points, almost 45% shooting from the field in his last 6 games.
And ano yan eh, I think for you to be up there in the top in terms of 3-point attempts and 3-point makes, I feel it's the freedom that Coach JC has given these guys in taking them, and the confidence, making them understand that so long as it's within the flow and you're unguarded and you know that's your spot, you have to take it. I'd like to think baka nga magagalit pa si Coach JC pag hindi niya tinira yung 3 points. Lalo na if you're one of the high percentage guys that they look to in making it from the outside. And the reason that I say that is because it helps them space the floor. That's pretty much how their offense is structured. The way I've observed it, it's really more of dribble drive where you have 4 guys out on the perimeter and one on the weak side of off ball that would allow shooters and offense initiators to do their thing.
And hinighlight ko yung dalawang pangalan na yan, Coach Mike, si Ino saka si Sedorifa. Not only because they're the ones already leading the team in scoring. Both of them actually, sila yung parehong double digits in terms of average. Pero pareho silang nag-struggle to begin the season.
Right.
And they were able to turn things around. And boy, yung offense nila, no, predicated on those frees, has really unlocked the potential para dito sa Mindoro.
Oh, and when you talk about those two guys, that's your 1 and 2 in terms of scoring. 13 points per game para kay Ino Comboy and 10.1 for Sedorifa, and both those guys shooting about 35% from 3, and so why not? I mean, you ride the kind of skill set that you have, and really just, you know, got to give it back to Coach JC, allowing this much freedom for these guys to do their thing on the floor.
At itong Mindoro, no? Lalo ngayon, Coach Mike, babanggit na nga natin Basilan. Batangas natalo nung huling laban nila sa Zamboanga. I think they're at 7 and 7 right now.
14 seconds to shoot.
And Imus, medyo bumababa na yung team standing nila. They
Okay.
have lost, I think, their last 3 games. So,
They're 6 of 9. 6 and 9.
6-9.
6-9, right. That's
So
below
with-
500.
so with this impending win, Mindoro will move up to 8-8.
Mhm.
And given the shake up to the team standings in the South, kasi nakita natin Muntinlupa bumababa na din, back-to-back losses. Jensan umaangat, Rizal their loss against Pampanga. You know, anything can happen during the last half of the regular season para dito sa mga kupunan na yan.
Yeah, and sinking deeper into the in the South Division is not really going to help the cause of Sarangani. But you know, the good news is the next 3 games should be under 500 teams, and so that'll be a little bit, I guess, opportunity for them to snatch games in that run.
Actually had a good first half itong Sarangani, but once Mindoro was able to put in the Jets in the third, nothing that the Gripper could do. You know, that switch.
50 points so far scored combined in the second half para dito sa Mindoro, and only 32 for Sarangani, and that 18-point difference, very telling, nanggagaling doon sa 3 points.
Assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Baseline inbound for Mindoro. And you know, with the games coming up, hindi rin magiging madali yan. Ilagan, Muntinlupa. But if somehow Mindoro could grab some wins against those 2 squads, malaking bagay yan moving forward.
Yeah. And one of the primary things also that you can look at is Mindoro did a good job of containing Kit Jimenez. Much as Kit did get 6 assists, but they forced him into 4 turnovers. So taking him out of the flow, and practically itong second half, halos hindi mo naramdaman si Kit Jimenez. Diba?
Tama ka, coach. Although yung numbers niya, still
good.
impressive.
Oh, well, because of the good start in the first half.
Lars Sunga quietly had a double-double, 19 points, 10 rebounds. Laking bagay din wala si Jun Manzo para sa kanila today.
Yes.
Kasi he's one guy that could break down the defense,
But
really
one,
attack the basket.
yeah, but one can argue that J. Mark Malyari was there. He could have, you know, I'd like to think he's a good scorer as well. See, J. Mark Malyari, he's got good head on his shoulder and good reads and good decision making.
At dyan po nagtatapos ang ating unang laro. Mindoro able to take care of business against this really gritty Sarangani squad. No? You know, they've been hampered by a lot of adversity, but managed to pick up back-to-back wins. But falling short today, Mindoro with their hot shooting from the outside in the second half. And boy, talagang yung 3-point shooting naging maganda para dito sa Tamaraws. Our best player of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Yeah, doon nagsimula yun sa dribble pass by Axel Inigo, and then they just kept on finding Sedorifa just sitting in that corner, holding that 3 and waiting for that defense to come down and check him. But in so far as he's done, you know, really good 18-point performance all in the second half.
Final score po natin, 65 para sa Sarangani Grippers, 79 naman para sa Mindoro Tamaraws. And Mindoro grabbing win number 8 dito sa ating torneo. And of course, maraming naging bumida dito, no, para sa Mindoro. But this guy na makakasama natin ngayon, walang iba kundi si Joseph Sedorifa. And you know, Joseph, narinig mo ba kami? Ayun, Joseph Sedorifa scoring all of his 18 points in the second half. Joseph scoreless ka nung first half. Medyo matumal yung pace nung first half. Ano yung napag-usapan nyo at the halftime break and naging maganda yung energy nyo in the third quarter?
Maybe siguro naging gigil kami sa first half. Yung dumating end of the first half, so napag-usapan namin na mag-execute kami ng tama and magdepensa kami ng tama kasi daming lapses sa first half. So yan lang siguro.
Oo. And Joseph, si Coach Mike ito, ano? Joseph, maraming mga bata at mga malalarong nanonood ngayon at na maring may mga matutunan dun sa naging performance mo sa second half. Ano ba yung naging approach mo kung saan hindi ka nakaka-score nung first half pero ng second half, napakaganda ng shooting mo from 3?
Siguro naging focus lang ako sa game kasi first half hindi pa naman tapos yung game eh. So ayun, bumawi kami sa second half. So ayun nga, naging compose kami and then naging ganda yung ikot ng bola namin. So yun.
Joseph, I'm sure marami kang gustong batiin at pasalamatan. Now's your chance.
Nagpapasalamat ako sa Panginoon sa panalong ito, sa lakas, sa coaches namin, si Coach Benji, si Coach Kim, and my teammates, especially sa boss namin, si Mayor Ina. Thank you for the support. And sa family ko sa Cebu, si Mama, si Papa, si Max, and bibi ko si Anaya, and si Ma'am Sandra and her husband, si Sir Van, sponsor namin. Hi, hello sa Takamento supporters namin. Thank you support.
Ayun, Joseph, maraming salamat.
Thank you, sir. Ingat.
Alright, that's our best player of the game, brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet at Mindoro 8-8 na ngayon. Napakalaga dahil yung next match natin featuring one of the teams in the South, Basilan Star Horse. Kalaban naman ang North Division team, Pasig City. Kaya manatiling nakatutok dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.